I must go back to what the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party said, Datti Ahmed, and maybe he needs to be schooled on what leadership is. You don't make such statements when you're aspiring to lead a country like Nigeria. You don't. You don't make threats in a time when Nigeria is almost at the brink of a conflict. You are expected as leaders to bring in words that helps. How much is 4 years? How long does it take for a 4-year cycle? What I would have expected if they were really interested in leading a united Nigeria, and I'm saying this to the Labour Party, was that, look, you have lost an election, but isolate what exactly does Nigeria need? Is it a new person in power or leadership? If it is leadership, you have been provided with every resource. You have been provided with the opportunity. No political party has done what you have done, what the Labour Party has done. No political party has achieved this kind of immense success in such a short period of time without the alliances of the political
did in Ondo State.
Yes,
but not on that
at the
scale.
micro level. Now, if you now look back at it, that means that Nigerians are actually yearning for leadership, not necessarily somebody changing one person in power with the other. So if you understand that, you will know that this is a great opportunity to provide leadership for Nigerians by calling us together. But you can't call us together by asking for division. You can't threaten. He was asked a question, and I must say this. He was asked a question, I think it was by Sheung Okimbaloye, when he was saying that the entire process of the presidential election was faulty and that the results were wrong. And they asked him, the 6 million votes that was gotten by Labour Party, is it fake?
Even in the Southeast, where they have 97%.
That means that you can't validate your own vote. It shows insincerity on his part. And it calls for caution.
Hypocrisy.
It calls for caution. He should learn from what the PDP is doing. The PDP is the major opposition party, but they are much more mature in how they approach this issue of having lost the election. You can't call for what he called for was akin to declaring a state of war, because you can't be asking that this process should be truncated and threatening the Attorney General of the Federation.
No,
you can't be doing these things, and that underscores the danger. He that comes to equity must come with clean hands. I can't support such a notion because we have had unbroken democracy for 23 or 24 years now. And we must ensure that that democracy does not break. So whatever sacrifices are required at this time, you may not agree with the person who has won the election. I don't agree with the person who has won the election, but that's the person who has won the election. That same person lost in his own state. That same person lost in those places where you would have ordinarily taken it for granted that he will win. The current president of the country lost election in his own state. The chairman of the PDP lost election in his own unit and ward. So this is an election that it's not perfect, but is representative of the yearnings of Nigeria. Okay. You cannot force the agitation of a political party as the yearnings of Nigeria. You can't.